Hi everyone, welcome back. I am super excited for today's mani because we'll be doing something a little bit different. Today, my daughter Maya has agreed to let me film doing her nails, so I'm super excited about that. I've never filmed doing someone else's nails, so please be patient with me if I'm out of shot or too close or too far. The camera setup was a little bit awkward. I did chip a couple of nails. I'm kind of sad. It's time for a new set. But these have lasted me a good long time. So what we are doing today is, have y'all heard about these trending nails, the Hailey Beiber nails, as some people call them, or the glazed donut nails, or some people call them pearl nails? They've been everywhere. They're super popular. And Maya asked for milky white pearl chrome nails, not even knowing that this was a trendy thing right now. So I was like, oh, please let me film it. Please let me film it. She's like, sure, fine, whatever. It's not gonna affect me in any way. So I just wanna say a big, huge thank you to my baby girl for letting me film this. So let's get into what we're doing now. I have already prepped her nails. Cuticles have been all cleaned up and shaped. Her nails, she decided to go from sort of a really mini coffin shape to a sort of almond or round shape for this. So I had to do quite a bit of shaping, but I think it came out pretty good for her tiny little nails. And I did have to rebuild a nail on one of her index fingers. She had broken a nail, so I used paper forms and some builder gel to recreate that tip. Now I've just finished up applying a pH prep, which is also called Dehydrator. I used the one from 𝕎𝕼𝕼𝕟𝕟𝕟𝕟, but you can use any dehydrator that you prefer. And now I'm going to go in with the Protein Bond from Young Nails. I just want to mention I am wearing rubber gloves, latex gloves, because I am allergic to gel products. Maya is not currently, thank goodness. I'm super careful when applying gel to her nails. I try really hard to not get any product on her skin because I don't want her to develop an allergy. So I'm extra careful, but I do wear gloves so that I don't have a reaction when I'm doing her nails. So I am using the Protein Bond, and the reason that okay, let me go back a little bit. We are not doing dip powder. Nope. Maya prefers builder gel on her nails because she's really hard on her hands and her fingernails. She is a dog groomer, and so her hands are in water all the time, bathing dogs. She's constantly like drummeling her nails by accident and that kind of stuff. The fact that her nails have stayed this long is a miracle, and that she's only broken that one that I had to repair. Because generally I do her nails, she comes back in 2 weeks for another set, and I have to rebuild like 2 or maybe 3 sometimes. So this was pretty good for her. So anyway, so she prefers the builder gel because it gives her more strength and longevity. For her, dip tends to chip, crack, pop off. Her nail beds are quite a bit oilier, more oily than mine. All right, so now that I finished the Protein Bond, I did 2, I didn't show both, but I did 2 applications of the Protein Bond, and now I am going in with a very thin layer of base. I am using my Dipalicious base, and I'm going to also be doing the Milky White Builder Gel from Dipalicious as well when we get to that. So before I go ahead and take a break from yapping at you, I did want to mention that I am using the Dipalicious products because I like the fact that they are HEMA-free and that they are a product that I even don't react to with my gel allergy. For some reason, this product does not bother me. So I just prefer to use that on Maya as well because, hoping that they're, less likely to cause her to have any kind of gel allergy as well. So I'm going to finish up applying the gel base. I'm going to have her cure everything fully. I generally do 60-second cures just to be sure that everything is fully cured. And then we will come back and talk about applying builder gel. All right, now that both hands are cured, I am going to go in with my Dipalicious Milky White Builder Gel, and I am going to always start with a small amount at the center of the nail, and I work it towards the cuticle gently and then back up towards the free edge. I'm trying to not only sort of create an apex here, but also it helps me prevent flooding the cuticles. As you can see, I put a tiny little blob in the center of the nail, and then I slowly work it towards the cuticle and free edge, making it a very thin coat to start. I don't want to start with a huge glob. I want to make sure that this product cures fully. So I would rather do 3 or 4 really thin coats than go in with a huge globby coat and have it not cure and possibly cause issues. And also, in my personal experience, the thinner the coats, the less lifting there is. I feel like when you do really thick coats and the tip of your nails are kind of, you get that kind of bubble effect where they look really rounded. There's a lot more lifting that happens. So I feel like doing more thinner coats rather than less thicker coats, if that makes sense, works a lot better in that way. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to talk it through the whole thing, and I don't show all of the layers that I do. I believe I do 3 full coats of the builder gel, and just for time's sake, I don't show all 3 of them. But the process is the same. I start with a tiny glob in the middle, and I work it around the free edge and the cuticle area, and try my absolute best to not flood the cuticles. And then I carefully, and then we move on to the next hand. So I do one hand at a time so that while one hand is curing, see her hand is in the lamp while I'm working on this hand, and that's kind of a time saver. So I'll, apply to one hand, she'll plop it into the lamp, and I'll work on the other hand while that one is curing. And it works pretty well. We've kind of got this little system down pat right now. So you are probably also going to notice that when I am done applying the builder gel to this hand, I'm going to have her turn her hand upside down. And this helps the builder gel to level, and it also helps to create that apex I was talking about. We just kind of let gravity do its thing, and then she does that for about 5 to 10 seconds, and then she puts it right into the lamp. So that's what you're going to see why her hand is upside down. I think she gives you a little wave at some point when she's doing that. So she does that for both hands each time I do a layer of builder gel, and then she cures. So that's what the process is like, and there's the wave. And so Now I'm waving, and now she's going to put it in the lamp. All right, so I'm going to let you watch. I'm not going to belabor this anymore, and I'm going to let you just watch. And when I come back, we're going to talk about chroming these babies. I just finished the last coat of builder gel on her other hand, and now I am applying base coat again over the top of the builder gel. And I am doing this because the next step is going to be the glossy top coat. So as I mentioned before, Maya's really hard on her hands, and most people probably don't need to do all these steps, but I do them all because I know that it is more likely for her to have lifting and issues with, you know, pop-offs and things like that because of how often her hands are in water and how often she's using her hands. So I am trying to prevent chipping and peeling. And so what I do to try to avoid that is I apply base coat over the builder gel, and then I apply the glossy top coat, which is what I'm going to apply the chrome to. But the base helps keep that top coat from peeling up. Okay, does that make sense? So you're gonna laugh, but it's gonna seem like a lot of layers of gel, but in the long run for Maya, this is what makes sense. So as soon as I'm done applying this coat of base, I am going to go in with my glossy top coat, and I will explain the next steps. All right, the glossy top coat is applied, and now I'm going to have Maya flash cure the top coat for 10 seconds. Now I'm ready to apply the chrome, and I'm gonna use a eyeshadow sponge applicator to apply the chrome onto each nail, and you just put a little bit on the sponge and you can rub it in. You don't have to use the applicator. I prefer to do that. Some people like to use their finger, and sometimes I will rub it in. after I've applied it with the sponge applicator, I'll rub it in with my finger because I feel like that gives it a much smoother sheen. But I don't tap it on or apply it with my finger, just because I feel like the least amount of contact with gel for me, the better. So even with gloves on, I'd rather not. So I do use the sponge applicator, but and I just apply it to each nail, and as soon as I am done with that, we're gonna do another layer of base coat. Yes, I am. Because then we're gonna apply the top coat, and we don't want that final top coat to peel up off of the chrome. So base coat has a sticky layer to it, which helps the top coat adhere and not peel up. So that's why it seems like a lot of steps and it seems like a lot of gel, but trust me, this is the application method that really works best for Maya. Also, I will add, she tends to want her nails to last at least 2 weeks. And so that's another reason why I do this process, because she's not looking to change her nails every week like I am, or like some other people who like to do their nails every week. She would rather that they last longer. So that is just the reasoning behind all that. So once I was done applying the chrome, you might have noticed I had Maya put her hand back in the lamp, and that's because that gel had only been flash cured in order to apply the chrome. I wanted her to fully cure that gel before we applied a base coat. So I did that. I had her do that. And now I'm applying a base coat, like I said, and then I'm going to finish this hand up with the top coat, and we'll move on to the other hand, and we'll chrome that and do all the same steps with the other hand, and then we'll be all done. So I'll see you all in a few minutes to wrap everything up. So I'm gonna jump in here a little bit earlier than I expected to, and that is because I did not realize that in the process of finishing up this top coat, my phone died and stopped recording. So I had to quickly plug it in and get back to recording, but I missed the last like little bit of like everything. So I'm just gonna, you know, do my little outro starting now because there's not very much at the end. I had to quickly turn my phone back on and just record, you know, the end part a little bit. So I just wanted to say that I think that these came out great. I think it's pretty funny that this was what Maya asked for, not even realizing or knowing or being aware of what a trendy nail look this is right now. It just kind of worked out in my favor that she wanted something like this. But I think they turned out great. And even more importantly, Maya loves them. She's had them on about a week now. They're still hanging on pretty well. And that's awesome because I always feel really bad if, you know, they don't last for her. So I'm really glad that these have been lasting. But now we're going to apply some cuticle oil just like I always do because we need to replenish the moisture in our cuticles and hands. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to see me do more nail looks on Maya, let me know down in the comments because I'm sure she would be happy to let me use her as a guinea pig again. Thank you so much for being here and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye now.